Yo, I got a funny video to show y'all too the other day. I'm sitting outside because I got a lot of free time on my hands now, so I'll be outside all day, right? I'm sitting outside.
I seen Mr. Chow out there getting his strut on.
What? I love him. I love him. He's no joke. God bless him,
Yo, he
man.
was out.
What? Every day, 5 times a day. I
Hey,
bet y'all go out there
was-
right now. He's doing it.
Hey, I ain't even mad at it, man, because like
Me neither.
Because my mom's right now. I wish my moms would do that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
ain't
wish
even
I'd
mad.
do that. You hear me? I wish my fat ass would get up and do that. Like,
Get you one of these
Yeah.
right here. One of these.
right.
I've been
I
considering
need
one
to.
of those.
One of Versa threes.
I've been considering getting, getting kit, bring the car around.
Wow, you took it back. You took it back. To start the show, I'm so glad you decided to come on today, Mr. Omni, because I would have been mad, because I want you to start the show with some words for our audience, because we lost a great one last night, and I don't think
Legend.
anyone is more qualified to speak the way you do for our team. So please,
Man.
say something, man, because this one
First
is
of all,
hard.
thanks for tuning in to another episode of What's in Your iPad podcast. I'm your man Cypha here with Cheez Da Producer
Yo.
and chick on the beat, Ms.LeD. And shout out to DragonFlyBry and J1Star not being able to be here on this episode. But we lost a legend this week, y'all. We lost a legend, the man himself, Earl Simmons, aka DMX. Rest in heaven, rest in power. The way this man has impacted hip hop, just his energy, his voice, his tenacity, his passion, his faith, and everything. I mean, all things set aside, the main thing that everybody that I see on social media and stuff resoundingly say how great of a person he was, how self-giving he was, how self-sacrificing he was, how loving he was, how anybody could come up to him on the street and he would talk to them like they were best friends. But to lose a legend like DMX is definitely hurting a lot of our hearts. So shout out to their family, to the Simmons family, their friends, their loved ones, all the fans of DMX. We are also hurting over here as well. He's definitely played a big role in my life. He's impacted my life in a positive way over the years and got me through some tough times. I know I teared up a little bit the other day personally when that song "Slippin'" came on. I said, "Oh no, man, that one always that video just always just tugs at my heartstrings every time." But to lose a legend like him is a huge blow to hip hop. It's a huge blow to the culture. Definitely send your prayers and your condolences to the families and the friends and fans of DMX. Even if you didn't necessarily agree with some of his lifestyle choices, we all make mistakes in our lives. But it's easy for people to say that when you are growing up, literally in the public eye and figuring your life out in the public eye. Now, I know that to live with just that type of pressure, I could only imagine how tough that would be, especially with some of the things I had to grow up and figure out as a man coming up and to have everything, scrutinized and under a microscope. Like, man, that's not easy for everybody to deal with. So to grow up in front of everybody like that and to still make the positive changes he made, I was glad that he got to do a versus with Snoop Dogg just a few months ago. That was classic. If you haven't watched that, please do so. Leave a nice comment in the comments wherever you watch it, to let everybody know, hey man, we was rocking with you. We was there. We're all in the same age range. We was when we were coming up when he was the man at the time.
That was like my freshman year in college, I think, 97, 98. Because he started dropping 2 albums, 98, right? That was when he dropped.
I believe it was
Yeah, and they went platinum. And both albums went platinum 6 months apart.
Yeah.
So like the thing for me, because I was doing radio at my school, and so I remember my brother would send me mixtapes from the city, and of course because I was upstate New York, nobody had the mixtapes. This is when mixtape was first getting put on the CDs. You know what I'm saying? So it was the first one to make the CD, a mixtape on the CD, and so like my brother would send them joints up to me. And I remember I had these freestyles, these DMX freestyles, and I was just talking to my homegirl about this on Instagram, and me and my boy, I remember because like my another dude down the hall from me knew that I had these freestyles because he heard me playing them before we even got to the radio. Heard me playing them in my room, and he would come to me. He's like, "Yo, could I borrow that mixtape you got?" was like, no, your show's on Tuesday, mine is on Friday. Like, nah, I got some exclusive DMX freestyles, bro. If you can't get them by Tuesday, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but like the thing for me, like for like DMX, like you know how every rapper got a gimmick? DMX did not have a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? He was who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
Like his like it was I always thought it was so crazy because like I was like, yo, every other rapper you hear them talk in an interview and they sound completely different than how they sound on a record. You heard this motherfucker in an interview, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make fun of him, but that was like that was the way he was. You know what I'm saying? And then like his ad libs, that what? Like if like that was his real voice. It wasn't no, you know, it wasn't no studio tricks, no nothing.
Yeah, that's an underrated aspect of DMX too, is his ad libs. That's another thing that don't get spoken about much. He was one of the ad lib kings.
Yo, I used to sample that DMX and put it in beats.
Yeah, that,
you know
that DMX ad lib, like that's where I never knew what ad libs were, and DMX taught me back then like what ad libs were. Like if you were coming up in that time and didn't like appreciate that shit is so unique from him. Like, man, this is crazy. This is sad. It's super sad. Like
no backup singers,
no backup, no
hype
nothing.
Man, nothing. Like that
Unmatched
dude just came
energy.
with his voice and his passion, and he just punched you in the face, man, with his skills and with his art form, man. It was beautiful to watch, especially during the heights of his career when we was coming up, like when he was the king of New York at one time.
You know, at least
it looked like it to us, you know, especially where I'm at in the Midwest. Like he was like the king, and then when you knew shit was really getting serious when you start seeing people wearing the Rough Rider jackets and the Rough Rider shirts and the, you know, when it was all the way even here in the middle of the map of Kansas, like man, people was rocking that Rough Rider gear, like yo.
He like, definitely put them on the map.
Yep,
definitely.
And the dope.
My bad.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say shout out to BET because BET is the only people I've seen doing a whole live stream all night of DMX stuff. I was sitting here just crying like a baby for someone I never met personally, but his shit coming up to me was so important that I just was crying last night watching it. But there was some great documentaries on there. They still might be streaming it, so everyone should check it out. And I learned a lot of shit last night on those documentaries. Like I learned crazy shit. How like nobody was trying to give him his credit either though at Rough Rider or Def Jam. That's why he parted ways. You should watch that documentary.
I'm gonna check it out.
My bad, Cheese. What you was gonna say?
Nah, I was just gonna talk about him on Rough Riders.
Right. I think he definitely. I didn't know Rough Riders until he came and really, you know what I mean, was on that Rough Rider shit. And I know Eve came out first, but I don't recall it. So to me, that means I know Rough Riders from X because that's what I could recall. I know,
but let's all keep it all the way 100. Like when the Rough Riders had that album come out, like most of us, I don't know about y'all, but most of us bought it because X was on it.
And the best tracks was X on them, yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. That first album, Rough Riders, Volume 1, that's what the joint was called, something like that. I used to love that album. There was a couple joints on there that I wasn't really rocking with, but overall, that joint was crazy.
I still have them joints on CDs.
Me too.
I gotta go through my CDs too to see.
Right?
Yeah.
Yo, but the thing for me was that like the reason why I loved that album was because like how many other crew albums was there released before that you listen to? You be like, all right, it's like 3 tracks on there, okay, you know what I mean? But this joint, it was fire. You know what I'm saying? And it was and it was like, yo, they finally had a crew with I don't want to say everybody, but like what they had X, The Locks, E, Dragon. Everybody was pretty much fire.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't no.
Yeah.
Wasn't really no duds coming out that camp, bro. Yeah, and Swiss. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I keep it a whole buck. Swiss, like people. I know a lot of people that shit on Swiss. They're like, oh, I hate Swiss because he had those synthesizer beats. I'm like, son, like Swiss took advantage of something that wasn't around at a time, and I'm not gonna say he changed the game, but he opened it up for beats not to just be made in a certain way. Like, keep it real. Money Cash Hoes, that beat was probably one of the laziest beats he ever made. All he did was take his hand, go across the keys. That shit was hard. Like, you know what I mean? That shit was dope as fuck.
And I'm glad you brought him up, because in those documentaries they're showing, there's a lot of info I learned about Swiss too on those. It's not just all DMX. They go in depth on everything that was going on, and there's a lot of good shit. If you guys didn't catch it, try to check it out on BET. There's a lot of good shit with Swiss, because it was saying like how, because he was the people that started Rough Riders are the Deans, Wadeen and them. That's Swiss is their nephew.
Yeah, that's how it was.
So he came in on the strength of family, but them dudes are old school. They didn't give a fuck if you was family. You still had to prove yourself. Yeah, so they said Swiss was sitting there for like 4 years just studying and watching and learning before they finally would listen to one of his joints. And then his uncle would be like, nah, it ain't it. Get this out of here and start over. And Swiss would go for another year and practice. And so they wasn't fucking with him just because he was family. They really made him, prove himself.
Made him work for it.
Yeah, and that's when he started coming out. Me too, because it created his own sound. Yeah. If that's one thing you got to give it to Swiss, he created his own. You hear them drums, that's a Swiss drum, a Swiss beat.
I was thinking back on some of them old Rough Rider tracks, and I was like, whatever you want to say about like his melodies, Swiss drums is always stupid.
Yeah,
like,
and when you hear it, that's Swiss beats.
Because it had like a bounce
thing.
to it. You know what I mean?
And I'm glad you brought that up too. A great soundtrack, if nobody ever listened to it. First of all, the show is great. I love the show, but the soundtrack is stupid. And what made me, I love soundtracks, so I always, deep dive into who did the soundtrack. And I saw something that said Swiss Beats. So I'm like, word? I started listening because a few of the songs in the show was amazing. And I'm like, yo, this whole album is crack. This whole shit is dope. But some of these don't sound like Swiss Beats. So I went back and looked at the credits better. And it says the album was curated by Swiss, which is the new norm for everyone. Everything is curated. So I was like, oh, okay, he put it together. But, obviously some of this is his production. And some of this is just things he
fucking with. Yeah.
Yeah,
MVP credits
it would fit.
Yeah.
Godfather Harlem soundtrack. That shit is stupid. It goes dumb hard. It is my daily shower soundtrack. I put that on every morning in that shower, every night in that shower. That soundtrack is stupid. It got a little bit of everything. You could hear Swiss on it. And DMX is on it too. It's a dope joint. He got a collab with I know Rick Ross is definitely, I don't know if he's on that one joint though, but I forgot. But the album is good. It's real good. There's like 5 songs on there that I just
to go along to all my fault, sis.
Nah, go ahead. You good. I was just, me. You don't stop me.
Yeah, I was going to say one thing that I'm looking forward to, and I was looking forward to this, way before, this tragedy happened, was his new album that he was talking about not too long ago when he was sitting down with Noriega and Drink Champs and all the different features that he's got.
Word, and that's there.
He's got joints with, he got a joint with Griselda, one with Usher, and all this. I'm like,
Swiss was working on that with him in 19. So imagine, I hope they were able to get all of it completed. And I hope it does come out. You're right. Word. That'll be so dope.
It's definitely gonna come out. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely gonna come out because like the same just if you just think just financially.
I just hope politics don't get in the way.
Do right by the family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. Just do right by the family.
Because
please
also,
do right by the family.
If you watch the documentary I'm talking about, he was beefing with Def Jam and Rough Riders. He didn't agree with anything, but fast forward to 2019, he re-signed to both of them. So he forgave them and they worked out their problems. So that was a good thing. Yeah. And I was surprised to hear when I saw that radio interview with Swiss is how I knew. Swiss did an interview on Hot 97, I think it was. And he was saying that like, yo, we got an album, me and X, we've been working.
I remember that.
You seen that shit, right? And he was saying, like,
wait till y'all hear this.
And Charlamagne asked him, like, what label? And that's when he said it. Like, yeah, they made up. He back with Def Jam. He good with Rough Rider. They made up. So I was like, oh, that's dope. Because I hate to see, a good thing get fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like to see people win.
We see it too much in hip-hop.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that this morning. How it's man people who like when we was coming up, it would have been dope like for X to be on the track with. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was coming up,
Man, I was just thinking the same thing.
and how many times do like you get a dope artist and all of a sudden the artist is pitted against someone else? You know what I mean? Like so, like at one time, like just like the verses you were talking about, DMX and Snoop. I had no idea that like X and Snoop had a quote unquote beef. You know what I mean? But like people had pitted them against each other because they were both the dogs or some shit like that, or
I never knew that either.
Yeah, like
but I can see it. I believe it definitely. They do it to the females all the time.
Oh,
you can't have Nicki and Cardi. Nah, we gotta drive one of them out. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing this for years.
Yeah, no, and it's, to me, shit is corny because like Nicki and Cardi should have. To me, Nicki and Cardi should already be on a track together. I don't too particularly care for their music, but there's no reason.
They got a couple joints. They got a couple.
Yeah, they got that stupid Migos joint, but that's not a real track. I don't.
No, but they got another one too. I forgot what it was called.
Really,
I
didn't even know that.
I think it had like a Lamborghini in the cover of the single. I can't remember the name of it.
I think that was the Migos
y'all know,
joint.
just let us know in the comments because I don't remember.
Well, that tells you I don't.
But they never like sat and recorded like they should. It was send me a verse.
I doubt they've been in the same studio together.
Right, and that would be dope.
I would think that would be dope.
Like you know, like think about like Red and Meth, right? How many times in hip hop have we had two rappers that was from two completely different camps come together and be like, yo, you know what? We're gonna do an album together.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't happen often.
And like you said, it's never pretty much it's never happened with like no females. I never seen no two females get together. I would love to see like any two rappers. I don't care if it's a female rapper, male rappers, whatever gender. You know what I mean? Get together and just show like yo, we could like because we could make rap songs and be cool with each other. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like
do a whole project together. You know what? Yeah. And somebody knows who I'm looking at right now.
I'm out. Where's the camera button now?
Yeah, but I agree with you 100% because I would think it'd be super dope to hear, two female MCs get together on an album project, even if it's just a little 2-3 joint, you know what I'm saying, 5 joints. Like, I think that'd be fire, bro. Like, that'd be fire. Meg Thee Stallion with, you know what I'm saying, whoever we had, would like to do something like that. Rhapsody with somebody.
I love Rhapsody. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like
so underrated and slept on for years.
Years. Let me tell you.
For years she's been doing this and hasn't get what she deserved.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? I didn't really know about Rhapsody until Ninth Wonder did his Rhythm Roulette, right? He's making the beats and she walks in and
she walks in.
Spitting.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard her voice, I was like, I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. Because her voice is crazy, and then her flow is just so like, I'm nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't gotta go out here and tell you I'm nice. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Like I fucks with her hard.
And this ain't no knock against this ain't no knock against any of the other female, rappers and MCs out there, but she's also like, I ain't gotta show my body off. I ain't gotta do the gimmicks.
No, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that. That's
the main part. That's why she ain't pop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Another one like that, Jean Grey. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing with that same attitude. I'm not gonna show all my body and do all of this just to sell for you. If you fuck with my music, you fuck with it. And she's also slept on and don't. You know what I mean? And it's sad, but that would be shit. That album right there be stupid. Rhapsody and Jean Grey. What? Yeah. Oh my God.
You're gonna break too many brains with that. That's too smart.
It might be too much, bro. You right. It might be too much for the world. You ain't lying. Some shit is too much for motherfuckers to handle. But that would be crazy.
And kind of going back, kind of keeping in the context real quick of DMX. Some of the people that I thought about, like when he would get on certain features with people, I'll be like, yo, instead of just doing a verse with this cat, you should have did an album with this dude. Like, I've always thought about some of it because I've always liked putting together the not so obvious when it comes to, you know, mainstream artists and stuff like that. I always like putting those combinations together in my head, like, tell me this wouldn't work or tell me this wouldn't work. I'd have conversations with some of my peoples and stuff. They'd be like, yo, that would be dope. I never thought about that combination before. You know what I mean? But one of the first ones I definitely thought was, you know, that 4-3-2-1 verse that he did with LL and all that. Like, DMX's verse is hard on that joint. Super tough on that joint. And I was like, man, like the way this dude, like, did you guys remember that old clip where him and Jay-Z was battling each other in like a pool hall or something like that?
And then they cut off X's part because that's I believe it might have been D was like, nah, he's not copyrighted yet. He's not about to be spitting his bars on camera until we get this right. So shut the camera. And they, I remember that.
But DMX was going off the top in one of these other ones that I remember from years ago.
And bodying
he was killing it. I was
and
like,
you know what? Watch that documentary on BET. Because he's talking about that moment. And he said when he went in there to spit, Jay-Z already spit. So everybody was like, oh, shit. And Jay-Z didn't spit with that slow cadence. He did the original shit he ever started.
Oh,
he was spitting with that fat,
that bang with
the that's exactly
triple time flow.
So X said that he just could hear the metronome in his head. And when he started spitting, he just was carrying that flow. And it was so beautiful. Nobody really did that in a freestyle a cappella that everybody just went crazy. Like, yo, how is he doing this? He said, I just close my eyes for a minute and I get the metronome and that's the rhythm I want right there. And I just go off. And I was like, yo, that shit is so crazy. I I wish they really caught all that footage. Imagine. Because that's important for hip hop, that moment.
Yeah. X was a very unique talent. You know what I mean? And the fact like just that the rawness, the energy, and that you never you never got no cupcake shit from him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like he ain't water his shit down. It was just like it was DMX. Like, you know what I mean? Like some joints is obviously better than others because, you know, that's just his human nature. But like it was always just DMX. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the other thing to him. You can like a rapper like coming up and be like, yeah, and that rapper's life, you like everything about them and that shit ain't what he really talking about. X really spit what he lived. And I don't know, I'm from the hood. So seeing someone from the hood come up like that and me looking up to that meant so much more. Like, you knew he's really from the hood. He been through these struggles. We been through type shit. He's spitting the shit that they can't spit because they faking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He lived it. So it was different. It was more,
You could tell.
You knew he came from a place of pure authenticity. You knew it. You
could hear it in his stress in his voice. You could hear the passion through his music. Like, you knew some of the key indicators of things he was saying in his music. Oh yeah, he was in that life. He about that.
You ain't
life.
know that unless you was in that hood. You know,
well, even when they was looking, even when they would try to find him, like, man, we had to try to find him because, you know, he was always out here moving. You know what I'm saying? Moving in these streets, like he was doing what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Living homeless and all the things that he had to come up through. So, like, you knew he was coming from a place of authenticity with the things he was expressing and getting off his chest in his music. Like, you could tell the fakers from the people that really live some of that. You know what I'm saying? You could always hear it. Like,
if you dive deep into his history, he had a fucked up childhood. Childhood. People's not supposed to go through the shit that he went through.
That he did.
It's not normal.
Unfortunately,
Right. And you know, that's like when these veterans come back from wars, the Vietnam War, they went through shit they wasn't supposed to see. That's why they got that PTSD. What you think that shit is for a man like X? Some of the shit he went through that I heard was disgusting. War type shit.
Yo, when I heard of what PTSD was, I remember like being explained like what it was. I think I was in like college, stuff like that. And I was like, PTSD, I was like, yo, it's a lot of kids that got PTSD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, you know what kids see on a regular? Like, in the city and shit like that. Was like, you know, and I remember
teachers
looking
supposed to see that shit
at all.
It's not normal.
At all.
100.
I walked
because
out.
we came up with a time where it was taboo
But it
you
was
know what I'm
also
saying?
normal.
Where it was like,
when you're
oh,
going through these crazy things, it's just
yeah,
normal to you. You
Yeah.
don't
But
see
you know,
that this is fucked up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you don't know. Yeah, you think it's just part of this. It's part of the life. It's
Yeah,
part of your life.
it's
part
just
of the streets,
normal
part of
to
your
you.
neighborhood. It's part of your. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And if you
nah,
never,
you ain't
if
supposed
you
to have a barrel in your face.
right,
Nah, you ain't supposed
and
to
if
see
you
somebody
never
get gunned
get
down.
out
Nah,
of that,
yeah.
I don't think you learn. Only if you're able and you're blessed to get out of that is when you learn and see it. Like, damn, we wasn't supposed to see this. We're not supposed to go through this. This is crazy. Like,
Yeah. And even when you have those awkward conversations with people that don't know that lifestyle, when you get out of that lifestyle, or you able to grow away from that lifestyle, or whatever the case may be, and when you sit down and have conversations with folks, because I know I've had some of these looks at me, they look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm talking
yeah,
about it like it's
they
normal.
won't get it. Yeah,
You know what I
they won't
mean?
get
Like
it.
I'm talking about, and then it was only it was me, growing older as a man, looking back and reflecting on some of the stuff. Like, yo, man, that wasn't no good, man. Like that's not normal. Like you know what I'm saying. But when you're in that environment, you don't know that unless you're shown a different way. You know what I'm saying? Unless you you know. So I mean, and this kind of goes along with what we're talking about too. And I've even talked about it on my other podcast, in regards to DMX, and I've talked about him at length on our my other podcast too. And mental health is a real thing, man. Like it's a real thing. I talked about it just on my other podcast too, about especially right now coming off of the pandemic and being in quarantine for your children. Like, pay attention to your children, because none of this was normal for any of us, but especially your children more than anything. It used to be funny when we was young. We would look at kids that was homeschooled like they was the weirdos or something like that, because that's how ignorant we were. You know what I mean? That's just how we were. But when you think about it now, like, all these kids was homeschooled, with remote learning and everything. And Cheez, you can speak to this more than either one of us. But the mental health aspect, and I couldn't help but kind of think about that, even in regards to DMX, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because I've also dealt with mental health issues my whole life. I'm sure, some other people that listen to this podcast can relate in that aspect of it. And that's why I'm like, yo, I mean, I have all the sympathy in the world for people that, are dealing with mental health issues or PTSD or, any of those things. Don't be afraid to get help. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't feel like, nobody cares, because somebody's always going to be in your corner. There's always that one person that's going to make sure everything is okay. So,
But shit, I mean, you talk about bringing up PTSD. Like, yo, here's a crazy thing, right? Like, you go on Instagram, right? On Instagram, I done seen people killed. I done seen people stomped out. I done seen people shot. I done seen people cut. Like,
we seeing
deep.
too much. We're not supposed to see all
way
this.
too much.
And too much info. I don't want to know what's
And
going
not
on with
Hollywood.
Cali, no offense.
And it's not Hollywood. This is real, real footage of real shit.
Yeah. So like, I'll keep it up with you. Everybody walk around with PTSD, like at least a smidge of it. You know what I'm saying? And and like, hell, like I had to take a break from social media, because, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, bro, that shit, like, it was a point about a month ago after my birthday, right? I don't know what the fuck came over me, but I just could not deal with shit no more. You know what I mean? It was like the fakeness that be going on. You know what I mean? A lot of fake shit going on social media. And, like, it got to a point where I was, like, looking at myself differently. And I said, you know what? Man, fuck this. And I said, I'm off this. You know what I mean? I'm off this for however long I need to be off this. And I keep it up. Like, coming on here with y'all on Saturdays was like literally the only shit that was like as far as like this internet shit that was holding me together. Like, I was ready to just stop making beats. I was ready to say, fuck this. Like, I'm done with this. Yada yada yada. Like, but like, the social media shit. The social media
100%. We've alluded to it before. But yeah.
Like, but like, it's mad pressure from social media. You know what I mean? And if you're not good with yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you seeing all these people and you think like, yo, why is everybody so happy? Because, like, I've been there. Like, yo, why everybody so happy and shit?
You're right.
And I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
And even and what cracks me up too, man. And I've said it even on my other podcast. Pull it back. There we go.
Yo, Cypha is on the only shameless plugs today. I love you. You know we don't work like that. Description, Hit the description. The links will be in the description because that's the funniest show out there. You guys gotta go listen to this show.
Listen, listen. What I was getting at is even some of these celebrity couples and social media couples and stuff that's online and all that other stuff. Like even couples that I know personally, like, man, y'all ain't that damn happy all the damn time. Like, man, you was just over here on my jack the other day talking about you sick of this girl and all this other stuff. But I see y'all hee and cackling it up. You know what I'm saying? On vacation that you took last year and all this other stuff, man. I'm just like, listen, man, but you won't get that over here because even when we on each other's nerves, we tell the truth. But the pressure of social media is tough, even on couples. Yeah, even the pressure of social media is even tough, you know, because a lot of people get caught up in feeling like they gotta keep up this certain image and keep up this certain facade in order for people. When most of those people that is checking in on you, they don't give a fuck about you. Right. Yeah, they don't care about what you're doing and stuff like that. I mean, you see how I am. You guys know me more than anything. I don't post really anything because I have to keep myself off. I mean, because I'm not really a social media type of person. Now, yes, it's important with what we do and things of that nature, but I was never really that because I see like what Cheese was just talking about. Like I see through all the madness and the drama and the BS and the, you know, I don't have that much patience and time for all that type of stuff. But I say that to say, whether you have the patience or time or not, if you're a parent, you got to pay attention to your kids on social media because especially our young daughters and our young sons, like our daughters, like I see young daughters all the time go through the pressures of like, oh, well, she's got this and she's so pretty and this is how she's getting the bag and this is what I got to do and I'm not good enough and these girls is killing me on like we see kids, you know, take their own lives because of social media and how cruel it could be. You know, in the facade that it presents.
World. It's not our world. It's theirs. Yeah. They came up in this. So it is a different world.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what's crazy? I was talking to my brother about this. I was like, yo, like, you know, when you mentioned like girls, like females on social media, like, and it even go through with guys. Like everybody is trying to impress, like dudes is trying to impress other dudes, and a lot of females are trying to impress other females, right? Like, oh, she got this, she got that. Oh, he got this. Oh, he got that. But like, and then when it comes to like females feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't look good enough. I'm like, yo, the crazy shit about it is that like dudes don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I ain't never seen a dude say like, yo, bro, you see her eyelashes? Oh my God, look at them eyelashes. You ever see that? You ever see a dude say, yo, you see her hair, like her weave or whatever? Like dudes don't care. Like you know what I mean? Like and I mean like and it's put out there that women don't mess with a certain caliber of man, but I'm like, yo, a lot of these cats is considered quote unquote bums in the hood that got a whole litter of kids all around the hood. So somebody had to fuck with them, literally and figuratively. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just say like, you know, like you a lot of people get stuck and caught up in like worrying about like other people's opinion of them, and they can't never keep their own shit together. You know what I mean? And the shit is sucky and it's sad. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up.
Well, Jay-Z say, "Fuck financial freedom, my only hope. Fuck living rich and dying broke."
Man, listen, I love y'all know I love Jay-Z, right? But like the 444 album, I thought it was dope, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, bro, for 20 years, you told us to throw our money at the wall and wait for that shit to stick. And now, all of a sudden, you telling us we need to invest and buy buildings and shit. The fuck? We out here buying your bottles and shit, thinking we were supposed to be looking rich for 20 years. And now you telling us we doing it wrong? Fuck you, man. Like,
man.
Like, straight up, that shit.
But listen. I don't cap for Jay-Z. Trust me, I don't. But even in the Blueprint album, you know, what's that joint? Turn my music high. He was talking that financial literacy shit, and that whole joint. That joint is hard.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to.
But at the same time, he was a hip hop artist. It's like, yo, buy some Douce.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Because like, it's like, because you at the same time, you gotta like give the people what they want to hear. You know what I mean? So nobody wanted to hear you talk about investing in and buying buildings, because that shit is not sexy. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, like don't come to me after you done told us to do all this dumb shit for 20 years while you was doing the right thing, and then you come out with an album like, yo, this is how it's supposed to be. Bro, you should have told us this 20 years ago, because we'd be rich. We wouldn't be as rich as you.
We was listening though to him.
Yeah.
Come on. How many of us was wearing button ups? Well, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was rocking button ups since like 6th grade, because I went to Catholic school.
Was too.
So I had button ups. So when I ain't have to wear the white shirt, my favorite shit was the light blue joint, the Oxford blue. You know what I mean? That was my shit. That with a pair of jeans, forget about it. You couldn't tell me I wasn't a Smurf.
Oh man, Smurfs is
a
my
well-dressed Smurf.
Gonna make me watch the Smurfs today. You know what? It was your fault that I went on this whole Godzilla kick this whole last 2 weeks, because you said Godzilla or something. I know.
Did you watch that movie? Anybody see the movie?
No, I didn't see that shit.
I don't like new ones, but this one I decided to. It was alright.
That's
not like the originals.
I kept hearing the same thing, like it was just okay. It was just I ain't even know it was out to people. Like I went on social media and I heard everybody was like kind of bitching about like Godzilla this, Godzilla that. I was like, why everybody bitch about Godzilla?
Cause you could. I got mad stickers for everyone too that I gotta send people. You guys.
Yo, so
anybody in the comments, holler at us if you want some stickers.
Hell yeah.
If
you want some stickers of WeSampleEverything.com and What's in Your iPad podcast.
We got merchandise too. We got merchandise on the way, people.
Let's see, mine. I turned mine into magnets.
That's a magnet?
I got mine as magnets.
Oh, that's fine. I want a magnet. I'm getting magnets now. You know you grown. When you start talking about rolling trays, you grown. Yo, because I never had a rolling tray till like 2 weeks ago. My daughter bought me the best rolling tray ever. It is so cute.
Yo, let me ask you something. Do you actually roll, or do you have the little thing that it's like the little cone thing that you wrap around?
I'm 41. I roll.
You roll?
I'm 41, bro. I can't be doing that stuff. Bullshit, twisty top. And it's too much weed that goes in those.
Nah. Like, you know how they roll up the paper so it have like a little
the filter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's not like the cotton filter. It's like a piece of cardboard that's rolled in a circle.
I got
with like a little W in it.
Thousands of them. I'm bougie. I'm 41 now. I smoke different, bro.
It's like I'm 41 now.
Ever since I hit 40, things are different. My bougie ass drink out of wine glass now. I don't know who the fuck I think I am. You talking to a bitch from the projects with a St. Ides growing up in her hand on the corner playing handball in New York City. You understand? I'm so bougie now. I didn't think I was gonna live past 25. I am 41. I'm gonna celebrate
in the white
rest.
Timbs.
No, oh my God! You just reminded me, bro. Guys, guess what? I'm so glad you said that. You was meant to say Guess what I saw all night? DMX in white Timbs all night. I'm gonna put my white Timbs on for him and do my next video. So we know Fly Tape 2 came out.
Yeah. You got that, John, right?
First of all, apps like that, no. If you need a tutorial to work that, I can't help you. You're in the wrong lane. So I was not trying to do a tutorial. I was like, let me just, do a review.
What do you think of it?
It's cool. I think it's better than the first one. It's cool. I like it. They made it more where you can customize more things, and they have presets now. So if you go to the lo-fi part, they have 2 pages worth of lo-fi presets you could go on.
Okay.
There's a few things that's better for it. The first one, in all honesty, one thing we're gonna give you guys is the truth. The first one was super buggy for me. I didn't get to use the first one a lot. It was just very buggy for me. I always had a crash or problems in it.
The first one for me, I can't lie. I loved it at first, but I can never catch the stutter effect on time for some reason. There was always a lag or something like that, and so I'd hit it to do the 1, 2, 3, 4 joint, but there's always like a beat after where it should be or something. I don't know,
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That used to happen for me too on the first one. Same shit.
But the one thing I will say about the first one, because that's the only one I got, is that the saturation mode. I always liked that, like, cause it was like some type of like saturation or something that they had on there that would just like kind of like just kind of distort things a little bit. But it was like a good like fuzzy like distortion and kind of just brought the volume up, but still made it like a little bit like.
This one is like that too. It's good.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'll probably get it in a little while, but right now, like, I don't really want to get no apps that do kind of the same thing what I already got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's so.
How much was it?
It was
Or
like
how much is it, I should say?
$3.99.
Yeah, it's $3.99.
Okay.
It's $4.
Yeah.
$4.
So it's not bad because and the dope shit about I heard it's universal. This one's on the iPad and the phone, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's on the iPad and the phone.
I didn't know that.
Because I don't think
I
the
never
first one
used
was
my
on the
phone
right?
for anything with music.
Yo, let me tell you.
I used to,
have
but
been
now
moving
it's just
around.
no need for me.
Yeah, I've been moving around much more lately, and I don't know if I could go back to making beats on the phone. I keep it a buck with you, like, because it's like
I'm 41. My eyes are different.
If she tell us she's
The arthritis
41,
kicking in.
I'm saying
wait.
it. I don't know. I'm gonna
Wait.
listen. I woke up one day and I decided I'm gonna embrace and I'm gonna represent.
Wait, did your birthday just pass? Did I miss it?
No. I don't know, yo. I think I'm in that midlife crisis. Everything I want it old. I've been listening to old. I've been watching old. I've been everything old. Like, I've been really going back to my old shit, like the 90s, like the 2000s. You know, I miss those times. I miss them.
Right.
So I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
it was both universal. No, they was both universal. That was my fault.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, they both. Yeah, this one's universal too. I don't know.
One thing I'll definitely give them, it didn't crash once on me, and I was on it all night.
That's fire. That's fire. That's good. I like it. It looks pretty dope.
Did you fuck with Mynth?
What?
Mynth.
What's that?
It looks just like a synth.
Oh wait, hold on.
Finger Lab. It is a synth.
I don't even know what that is. Damn. I'm about
Never
to
even heard of
phone.
it.
That's new. Look.
Oh, I'm looking right now. It's on the phone.
Okay.
It's a free.
Yes, and it has in-app purchases. I just heard about this last night. I said, let me screenshot it and bring it up tomorrow.
It's an audio unit or no?
I don't know nothing about it, bro. Nothing. I just literally.
They got mad apps. They got Mynth, Flint, I Feel Cordia. Oh, this the
That's Finger Lab. You know Finger Lab.
They make the mellow sound, the SK.
Yeah.
They got the Casio.
Let me tell you, I love that mellow sound. Love.
Yeah, that shit's fire. That shit's fire. I always love the Mellotron strings because like that was the lo-fi sound before lo-fi was ever a thing because it got that warble sound and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm definitely. Yo, you know what? I'm now if it accepts MIDI, it can get downloaded. Like that's how I feel now because. Oh, I ain't telling you.
Incorporate that shit.
You know what I'm getting tomorrow?
What?
The CME Witty.
The Witty
joints.
shit.
Yeah, I got them used off Reverb for like $50.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I got them joints off Reverb. Somebody didn't want them no more, and so I was like, they will.
That's a good deal.
They're supposed to arrive on Monday. Yeah, because they're $59. They're normally $59, but you got to pay like $15 for the shipping because they come from like Singapore or some shit like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, not the little joints that going into the MIDI jacks.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, them joints. I think they like. I was on the website. They were $59. I was about to order them, but they was like, yeah, it'll be here in like 3 weeks. And I was like, let me see if I can find these joints used. And I found somebody that just wanted to get rid of his, and I was like, thank you, brother.
Shit, bet.
So
yeah,
that right there, that with the MPC one, and this phone right here.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun, Cheese.
Yeah, that's what's up.
What's the name of this? One more app that came out like a week and a half ago, and I wanted to talk about it, but It's Beat something. I don't know if it's Beat Former or whatever, but it looks super complicated. And everyone that has it says it's so complicated. No one could really figure it out. Not Beat Former. Beat something. Fuck. I wish Jay was here, because you know Jay knows every, you could say the color and the piece, of a logo.
Where they bought the wiring and the circuitry.
Like, oh yeah, Incredibox.
You know what I'm saying? He knows his shit, man. I love it. He know their cousins. He know everybody.
Stupid.
He know the whole crew over there. He know everything, boy. I love it, man.
First time Jay went in, like he's straight. He switched from quiet Jay to like Nerd Jay, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, copy. That's. I was like, all right, yeah. Because at first, I was like, he's mad quiet. Like he don't talk. I was like, he don't talk. But then,
and I was gonna say that people always tell me like, yo, Jay don't talk, but I'd be like, yo, the ball of knowledge that Jay is, he's so important to our thing.
Facts.
You don't understand. I say he's quiet when he need to be. He speak. Okay, and you're gonna listen.
Ain't gotta Google nothing around him. I ain't gotta Google nothing. Just ask him, and he.
Oh shit, that's his new name, Jay Boo Google. Not Jay Bouger, you Jay Boo Google.
Jay Google, yeah, Jay one Google.
Beat Cutter, I found it.
Beat Cutter.
Beat Cutter.
Called Beat Cutter.
Yes, it just came out this last month, I think, or maybe more than a month, but I didn't get it. And anything I've seen, people are just like, bro, this is so complicated to learn and hard to use. And plus, it was one of those things for me. I'm like, am I going to use this? I'm 41 now. I'm at the point of, I'm not just going to buy every app. I really am going to look through this app.
How many times we going to hear this bullshit?
No, you're going to hear it for a long time. Listen, I'm on my high. Let me be on my high and let me rock, okay? Shit. So, yeah, I was like, I'm
really on the floor right now.
So stupid.
Tired of hearing this bullshit.
No, y'all gonna hear this shit.
Midlife crisis at 41.
That's
Fuck
right.
wrong with you.
And I'm living. Listen, at least
you were never that cute anyway to even have one.
So what? At least I admitted 1. I'm embracing it 2. I'm cute now 3, and I'm gonna be positive about it.
Listen.
And when you catch up and start having yours, don't come to me for advice.
You know I love you though. I ain't gonna have that. I'm a black dude.
Listen.
You so stupid.
What's wrong with you?
Cypha say that shit now. He gonna have a motorcycle in 3 weeks.
Hell no.
And it's gonna be a Harley at that.
No, we don't ride Harleys.
No, he's gonna get a Harley. Watch.
Give me a hog.
I never understood why anybody won't ride like this. Like
with the yeah.
The Son of Anarchy bike, right?
Yeah.
That show was crazy.
Yeah. So listen, I'm 42 now, right?
Yo, Cheez, I would have never thought you were older than me.
Yeah.
I would have thought you was like 38.
Oh, thank you. You the only motherfucker that say that.
No, dead ass.
Yo, you want to know some wild shit? I was telling my girl the other day. I was like, I showed her this picture. I was like, look at this picture. I showed her my high school graduation picture. I was like, see, I had corners. I was like, now I got a cul-de-sac.
You stupid.
Yeah.
She's like, stop, don't say that about yourself. Oh, shit, if I can't get with myself, who can?
Word.
This beat cutter shit looks fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even.
And it's $16.
How much is it?
$16.
Say 16.
I'm good.
Is that
$16 for something?
But is that a sale price? Because it just came out too.
I don't know.
Or is that just?
It's got good ratings. Well, it has 8 ratings. Let me stop. So much power,
Anything
but
you
so much to
see
learn.
About it, everyone, I've seen the same thing. It is so difficult to learn and complicated looking. But I like shit like that. I just right now, I'm not gonna get it because I'm not gonna use it right now. I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I got like my set apps that I go to. I'm gonna stick with for a while.
Yeah. Yo, I realized the other day I was like, yo, I think I'm good. Like with everything with for now.
Now is that equipment as well, Cheez?
like I said, for now.
But they say, "Well, like, well, hold on now."
No, what I'm saying is like I use like I ain't gonna lie to you. I lust after gear all the time. You know what I'm saying? So like watching ski beats on the MPC 3000 a lot this week has just been taking me back, and I'm like, damn, I miss my 3000. Like, but at the same time, I'm like, I remember the features that the 3000 had, and you only be with a 3000. Like, I know somebody gonna try to roast me in the comments for this, but I had a 3000 and I loved my 3000. But like, it only has one effect on it, which is a delay. The delay is dope, but it's a delay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a delay. Like, at the end of the day, it's a delay. I mean, and it had a low pass filter, but it doesn't have a high pass, doesn't have a band pass. It's just a low pass filter, and you can't loop. Like, you cannot loop a sample on it. And
what?
yeah, samples do not loop on the 3000. They do not loop.
You have to every day.
You have to like know like the only way you I mean you just the way you loop a sample is you replay it. You re-trigger it. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't you're not holding the pad down and it's gonna loop endlessly like it does with the other joints. So but the 3000, what you're paying for is the sound. You know what I mean? But like that sound, I'm not gonna lie, like it's a wonderful sound, like you know what I'm saying. At the same time, though, like that's what you're paying for, and but like when you chop, let me tell you, chopping samples on the 3000, be prepared to sit there all day long.
Yeah,
all day long.
That I know.
Because I remember I chopped one sample on the 3000 to 16 pads, and it was a dope. It was an Ozzy Brother sample. I made a dope little beat out of it. But like my God, that like it took all day long just to chop the sample, and then after that, I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna leave the drum machine on for an hour, and I'll come back to it and actually make the beat. You know what I mean? So like that's the type of thing that you gotta be ready for with like some of that older gear. So yeah, I'm good, but like, what I've been looking at lately because of the MPC one, I'm trying to see like, yo, what synthesizers are bus powered, because I have one. What's the joint? The base station. If I plug the base station in the back of the MPC one, it's going to power on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so I'm looking. So I seen only one I've seen so far is the IK Multimedia. They got a new one coming out. The Uno Pro. They got a little tiny one, Uno Pro tabletop. I just seen it this morning. But like other than that, it's really nothing else. You know. And it's crazy because I was on Sweetwater. I ain't been on Sweetwater in months. Oh my God, Behringer got some new Sims coming out. Like they making the ARC 26. They made the ARC 2600 over. They got a blue one. I think
Behringer should be so pretty.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of Behringer for years.
I remember when I was going to Sam Ash every week, right? And I needed a what's the shit for the bass? A direct input, a DI. And everybody direct input was $100, and Behringer had one for $30. And I was like, bro, give me that silver Behringer one. Like, yes,
just as good.
Yo, you know what I mean? Like, one of my first mixes was a Behringer, and that shit had like
mine too.
I have like one of my first big
Behringer mixers.
Yo, them shits look good. Number one, like. I never had no problems with none of their stuff. Like it stopped working, and I'm like, the hell, my audio interface that first interface I bought for the iPad was the one that it's made for the turntable. It got the little turntable pre on it. That joint was $30 when I got it, and now it's like $50 or whatever. The Uphono one or whatever. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. There's a couple Sims I do want to get. But I'm good though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's one joint I definitely want. Korg joint. I just want it because it's green and it looked nice. You know what I mean? It looked mad futuristic. But
come on, bro, and it's Korg. It's Korg. We know how you feel about Korg, bro.
Oh hell yeah, I love them. I fucking love them. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm a Korg quote unquote fanboy. Whatever. I don't care. They make
hey, whatever works, brother.
Oh wait. Speaking of gear that's unnecessary, hold the fucking phone. Somebody sent me this picture this morning. And somebody, I don't know who got it, but somebody got it. Where's it? Y'all see that?
A little bit.
That's a Live 2 with. Is that a Supreme Live 2? And what is?
I don't know. It's like candy in his hand or something like that. But look,
That's
but
a
look at the
Supreme
look
Live
at.
2.
Yep.
What's the price? Make me laugh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, the regular live is like probably like what 12? It's like 12, 13, right? So Supreme Live gotta be like 5. It gotta be like 5 Gs. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna speak on it.
For a skin.
I mean, it says Supreme when you turn it on too.
Woo. Man, listen.
Yo, I tried to keep a straight face. I swear I tried.
IOC.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
What IOC mean?
Interracial odd couple.
She said
Iochronic.
I love
Iochronic. Yo,
It's got a lot of different meanings.
Okay. I actually I made a mistake. The Supreme Live 2 is going for $2,100.
Oh, wow.
On StockX.
Oh, wow.
That, yeah. You know who owns Supreme, right?
Who?
Same company that owns Timberland, which means that Supreme will be in Macy's in 5 years.
All right, y'all.
All right, people.